Well, you. Oh, is this thing on? Shit. Well, YouTube out you here. Going to go over something today that's very important in heavy metal history as we pull away from the shirt I'm wearing. As you can see, the Mr. Mighty Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, I had this shirt before, and I still have it. Of the No More Tours 1992 print shirt. But today we're going over something in the, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Don't matter. Ozzy Osbourne's new album, Patient Number 9, has reached number 1. Very terrible thing to think of, because you would have thought other albums of Mr. Osbourne would have hit number 1, especially Diary of a Madman or Blizzard of Oz, but I guess they didn't. But after many, many years, and of course, the 73-year-old man that has now ruled the universe with his just pure awesomeness of just still rocking on the stage. Ozzy Osbourne was born to sing one thing, and God damn it, does he do it well. Like many times before I've said, Ozzy has been one of my favorite people of all time in heavy metal music, due to the fact that when I was younger and I stumbled upon Mr. Osbourne, oh yes, in the mighty Black Sabbath. Just the uniqueness of his own voice, and, you know, the credibility that he has for writing music or whatnot. Let alone, lyrics. Which a lot of people say he doesn't do a lot of that, but you know what? Ozzy has his thing that he does, and I believe he does as much as he needs to, you know, be, to me in my eyes, one of the creators of the true, pure heavy metal that has been drawn to this world. And I was only 5 years old, mind you, when I heard my first Black Sabbath song. And from that day on, I was hooked. There's no question in my mind that I was a pure, true heavy metal fan. Every album that Ozzy did do, a lot of that stuff, man, I could tell you, boy, it just holds a lot of memories. It held a lot of, helping me get through some rough times. And, it was just, he's just phenomenal in what he does, and especially the way he can still perform. I caught him on the, halftime, football, breaking the, season with him, starting the season with Mr. Osbourne, which was freaking awesome. I'm glad he got to finish his set this time, unlike the halftime that he got cut off, which pretty pissed me off, because that was really ridiculous. And then you got Mick Jagger doing a halftime show and almost falling off the stage. Oh, man. At least one thing that Ozzy has not done in his career is fall off the stage. But anyways, I am very honored to have been one of the payees to his new album, Patient Number 9. Unfortunately, of course, due to the pandemic, I have not bought yet Ordinary Man, but oh man, I have heard, of course, on YouTube the songs, a couple songs on here, especially the one Tony Iommi. Oh, man. And of course, Mr. Osborne always with his signature bat. There's no bat in the world that's gonna beat Mr. Ozzy. Especially when he bit one off, the head off one, eons ago. Yeah. But he didn't know it was a real bat. He thought it was fake. But he survived that, folks. Which very strangely, you know. That being said, and coronavirus killing lots of people. You say conspiracy? Yeah, well, anyways. Of course, we got Mr. Jeff Beck on this Tony Iommi, Eric Clapton, and so forth. Of course, an album wouldn't be right without the mighty Zakk Wylde. But I don't know. I'm going to mention this due to the fact that, right, due to his egotistical set mind, just like Robert Plant, Ozzy tried to get Mr. Jimmy Page on his album, which I'm glad he did not. Because what would he have played anyways? Something stolen? But it only goes to show how egotistical Robert Plant and Jimmy Page is. He's going to sit there and complain that, I'm too busy. I got lots of things to do. He couldn't step aside from one of his own projects, and Ozzy, for whatever reason, I don't know why, he would want to even step foot on stage on with that man, due to the fact that he rightfully stole guitar licks from other bands. But whatever, I'm not going to get into that, but it only proven fact that when asked to join another, mate from the British, or the, English, British, crap, I forgot what, but from the colony, where both of the two men, of course, came from, it's sad to see that Jimmy Page won't even step foot on Ozzy's album. Because, it's just ridiculous. It's just way up there in the lines, of course, with, how they will not even try and make another album or even play live with the late, great John Bonham's son. And I'm for damn sure, and I don't want to say this, but I have to. And when Ozzy does pass away, I'm sure there's going to be a huge tribute, huge tour for that man. You just think about it. Here's a man that's been rocking since, 1970, further beyond that. Has not even lost an inch of vocal cord out of his throat. He can still hit his notes. I mean, this is a man that's just been through hell and back. And he still stands on the frickin' stage. He still yells. And when he came out with the album, I mean, I was, very disappointed that Zakk Wylde had to leave. But when he did come out with that Scream album and that song, I Want to Hear You Scream, boy. Oh, my God, his vocals were insane. I mean, come on. How much more, yelling could he do before he even loses his voice? But holy crap. And I mean, there's a couple songs that I've heard on this album so far. I haven't heard the whole album yet. My friggin' truck's been in the body shop, getting fixed. And yeah, he's just phenomenal. He's just, oh my God, you can't get a better singer than Ozzy for his, way of life and type of music, and just coming in and pounding out album after album. I mean, he might take a break here and there, but when he does get the album going, man, as you can see, this one hit #1. And I mean, wow, man, it's just an honor to have, true honor to have been on that crazy train with that man ever since Black Sabbath up into his solo career until the day, I hate to see him pass, man. Like I said, I'm 49 years old yesterday. Just had a birthday, and I've been listening to this guy since I was 5 years old. You just cannot get any better than this man. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are true line singers that stand up right next to Ozzy that is, and of course, one of them is the great metal god himself, Rob Halford. I mean, I'm disappointed. They screwed him again, man. They screwed Judas Priest again for the Rock Hall of Fame. I hope they change their mind and do something right. Or somehow that freaking Rock Hall of Fame should just mysteriously get burned down. Yeah, that's just a disgrace. I mean, Ozzy has been put in the Hall of Fame with Black Sabbath, but I don't think he's been in there for himself. And that's another disappointment. Because this man has just done beyond the limits of, just like any other band that's made it in there, but just don't deserve to be in there. And it's just unbelievable that, Judas Priest or even Ozzy Osbourne ain't even in there themselves. I mean, these two have been just, Ozzy himself has just been, paving the way. And to see after all these years, because I've noticed, right, the generation times of music has changed severely. Sometimes I do think rock and roll itself, is dead. There's a lot of bands that came out that just literally, for me, just ruined everything. And it's hard to see a band come along these days and put forth a good album. Even though, hands getting numb. Even though, people just slap bands together, just, we'll make money and get a bunch of women or whatnot. Music these days is not built with a backbone story. Music these days is just slapped together to me, and if you're not putting, many words in the lyrics, and there's only a few bands that could do that and make a musical song sound good. And I will be doing a video on, music without singing in it. Because there are some good ones out there. But these days, man, it's just like, oh my God, what are you making? There are some bands, don't get me wrong, that are truly keeping, heavy metal alive. But sucks to say. Everything's goddamn just seems like it's fading. But to see this man hit #1, oh man, he's got to be doing something right? I mean, there's a lot of bands out there, believe me, that I love to death. It helped me through life. Also, music has always helped me through the worst of times. Believe me, I've had a lot of times that I've been down in a hole. Just like the late great Lane Staley of Alice in Chains. But even, stuff like that even sucks, because you lose a lot of people that do a lot of good, and then not too many left. But then again, there's just some just can't get it out right. Can't get back into the game. So I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff, throughout my life, man. And I mean, there's been a lot of bands that I can say that I've, loved to death, and they keep me alive, just like Ozzy. But right, Ozzy's still here to pave the way. He is the true creator of heavy metal, along with Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, and Geezer Butler. Believe me, them four men, in my eyes, are the true creators of heavy metal. Iommi with his, riffs that just plunge in deep into your soul. And, but yet, then you had Ozzy come along and catch a guitarist that electrified everything. And that's the sad thing about Randy Rhoads, man. He's been around and kicking it since 1975. And they weren't letting him cross through the threshold for whatever damn reason. And then you had, Eddie Van Halen come by and steal the spotlight. But, hey, you can't say nothing about that. I mean, it only goes to show sometimes how the music industry works. Sometimes they do not see true talent, just like R&R, Hall of Fame, Judas Priest, or Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, who should be in there inducted singly too. But, sometimes that music industry is what, right, holds the old lingering door shut, so no one can cross through the threshold. And that's very, very sad in my eyes. Very disgraceful. But I recommend anybody, new, young or old, get this album. If you already have it, well, you're a very smart person. You know your music. Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, man. Been around for many decades. And this is well deserved for this man right here. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into his, private life, but singing wise, making music wise, this is where this man has always belonged. This is where this man was born to be. No questions about it. And I've always had that, I wish the hell I could shake this man's hand, but I don't think it'll ever happen. I would love to meet Ozzy personally, shake his hand, because he is just one of the people that have, kept me to always, stay alive. I want to be waiting for that next album. I always wanted to make my own band, but it never happened, whatever. Of course, that's where the Tearful Sight originated from. 1989. Of course, 1989, No Rest for the Wicked came out. He is a true idol, a true icon, and definitely a true legendary performer. Legendary music maker. He knows what makes people tick, and he knows how to do it well. I just wish I could just shake that man's hand, man. I wish I could shake his hand. Of course, I got my Ozzy Osbourne shirt on right now. That's right. Of course, cool weather's coming. I need long sleeve shirt. But anyways, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, if you do ever catch this video, hopefully, if I can't shake your hand, I'll just give you the biggest, hugest salute. And honor to have been born in your timeline to get the most wonderful, awesomest, legendary music. And like I said, I wish I could shake your hand. Meet my idol. You've always been there for me, man. And I truly appreciate it. And it's an honor to have bought this album. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Hopefully many more years to come. And just thanks. Till the next video, be safe, take care, and always, always blare an Ozzy Osbourne record. That's right. Keeps you alive. All aboard! Out.